Hi, y'all. Fat Girl Freestyle here. Back with another spooky, not so spooky tale because I think this one is going to show you just how powerful love truly is. After my experience with Teddy, I still remained in the caregiving field, but I went to one on one care in individuals' homes. One lady I used to take care of was Miss Marie. And Miss Marie never called me Kimberly. She always called me Evangeline from the day she met me. And I never asked her why. And I never, ever corrected her because she was 92. And if an elder wants to call you something, they have lived long enough to earn that right to do so. I was her nighttime, overnight caregiver. And when I first started taking care of Miss Marie, she was very spry in the mind, still got around pretty good, but needed assistance. But of course, as time passed, she started to decline, but her mind was always still pretty sharp. So one Thursday, I come to work, and my coworker was telling me that Miss Marie had been a little difficult that day, seemed a little agitated, which wasn't usually like her. So I go into her bedroom, tell her hello, asked her how she was doing, what was going on. She said, Evangeline, they won't let me tell Robert hello. She said, he's been standing outside my window all day waiting on me to tell him hello, and they won't let me see him. Now, this is nighttime. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like looking out of windows at night. But Miss Marie had already been agitated all day. So I said, well, what you want me to do, Miss Marie? She said, just slide the curtain back so I could tell him hello and let him know that I'm going to be ready on Sunday when he comes to get me. So I slide the curtain back and she smiles and she waves and she says, look at Robert, just as handsome as ever. And she's blowing kisses. And she says, okay, you can close it. I'm going to settle down. So I close the curtain. I sit down. She says, oh, Evangeline, before I forget, tomorrow when you come here, I need you to take my yellow dress out of the closet. Robert loves that yellow dress and I want to wear it when he picks me up on Sunday. I said, okay, Miss Marie, when I come tomorrow, I'll take it out. And make sure my lipstick is on my dresser. I got to wear lipstick when Robert comes to get me on Sunday. I said, I will make sure it's on your dresser. So she goes to sleep. Next day comes, it's Friday. Share my report with my coworker. Tell Miss Marie goodbye. I'll see her that night. She says, don't forget. I said, I will not forget. Miss Marie will be the first thing I do. Take your yellow dress out the closet. My coworker says, what you taking a dress out the closet for? I said, child, she said, Robert is coming to get her for a party on Sunday. She want to wear the yellow dress. I said, I'm not going to argue with her. Tell my coworker good night. Tell Miss Marie good night. Go home. Next evening I come. Now this is Friday. Next evening I come. And my coworker is like, girl, she's been chatty all day long. She said, I have had to keep the curtain open on the window all day. She said, Robert is outside waiting on her. He's coming to get her on Sunday. She said, girl, I am spooked. I said, it's no problem. I said, I'm glad You let her see whoever she needs to see. Keep her calm, you know? So I go in, I say, Miss Marie. She say, Evangeline. I say, I'm on it. So I go to the closet, I take her dress out, hang it on the outside of the closet so the wrinkles could fall out. I go to the bathroom. I get her tube of lipstick. It's probably 10 years old at this point, if not more. I put it on her dresser. I said, I got everything laid out and ready for you, Miss Marie. She said, good. She said, by the way, you can close that curtain because Robert's sitting in the living room waiting on me. He's not outside anymore. I said, okay. I closed the curtain. At about 2:30 in the morning, I'm watching TV. About 2:30 in the morning, I hear, and I hear Miss Marie whisper, oh, that's Robert. He's getting ready to take me to the party on Sunday. She just goes right back out. Now, I heard the noise, but I didn't hear the noise, if you get my drift. So I just keep minding my business, watching the TV. Turn the volume up a little bit more. So Saturday morning, my coworker comes. We exchange information about how Miss Marie did for the night. She said, she's still talking about Robert. I said, oh, she's still talking about Robert. So I tell Miss Marie goodbye. I said, I'll see you tonight. She said, Evangeline, you got to put me in my yellow dress tonight. Make sure I got my lipstick. Robert is coming to get me on Sunday and I need to be ready. I said, Miss Marie, when I come, it's going to be the first thing I do is help you get into your yellow dress and let you put your lipstick on so you could be ready. I get back to work Saturday night. And my coworker says she's been talking to Robert all day long. Like he's in the room with her. She said, girl. She said, I'm spooked. I said, I'm sure it's nothing. So I go in the room. And she's sitting herself up. I get her dressed. I help her into it, brush her hair, hand her tube of lipstick, and she puts it on. She settles back into bed. She says, now all I got to do is wait on Robert. She dozes off. I'm doing my reports, watching TV, doing a couple other things. About 3 a.m, I hear, Miss Marie says, Robert's here. She didn't say anything else after that. My relief comes. Tell Miss Marie bye. She says, I'm going to the party today. I say, you have fun, Miss Marie. About 12 noon, my coworker calls and says, Miss Marie passed away peacefully. She said, funny thing is, I heard 3 knocks before she left. I said, that was Robert. I said, apparently, He used to walk with a cane. That's the sound it used to make when he walked. Our loved ones do come back to greet us when it's time. And Miss Marie proved that for me. And I'm glad she had on her yellow dress and her lipstick, and she was ready for Robert when he arrived to pick her up, take her with him. And I have no doubt that she's having a wonderful time. I love you. See you next time.